First of all then, Paul, how significant has been this World Cup break in terms of getting bodies back?
Yeah, well, we're 4 weeks further on, aren't we? So, and with how relentless that schedule was prior to the World Cup break, you're talking that's 7 or 8 games, you know, with the schedule that we had. So I think that's what it helps us. It allows us to have more bodies or closer to being more bodies back or close to being back for an extra 6 or 7 games. So yeah, from that point of view, it's been good for us.
I'm kind of loath to run through the whole list of 10, but of who's back then this weekend? Who might be available for selection?
Well, so back training, we've had Jayden, Lowy, Sander, Tommy, Ollie Mack's done a bit with us today. Who else has been? Robbo's trained with us today. Is that it? Who's back? Yeah, I think that's the ones who's been back.
Well, so good news that McBurney then obviously had his operation, didn't he, on the first Monday after the Cardiff game? That obviously has gone very well. Is he in a position where he might be able to start a game, or is it literally the first training back today?
First training back today. Yeah, he's probably not in that position. It's just the next step. We want to get him back available, but I think the good thing for us is we've got a 9-day break then after this game, you know, which is nice. So we don't need to take risks, but we want him back and fit, and it's just. We're not trying to rush him or anything. It's just he's at the stage where he could join in today. We didn't do too much today. It was more tactical, but he was moving well. Yeah, we're pleased with him.
If I've misinterpreted a time scale, Anel wasn't an.
Anel's back. Yeah,
right.
So Anel's back training. Yeah, so because he was obviously away ill, wasn't he, for the last game? So yeah, of all those players that missed, what we've gone through, about seven or so back. Which is good. So, Reece Norrington-Davis, what's the new timescale with him now he's had? I don't know. Honestly, I'm not just messing. I don't even ask. He's fit when he's fit. Obviously, we get all the updates, whether it's conversations daily or weekly, more formal ones. But yeah, he's fit when he's fit. Him and obviously Rhian's had similar surgeries. We know they're nowhere near being available for us yet. So. All our energy on them is within their rehab and making sure they still feel part of it. And,
well, because it's been a month, I suppose, is everybody else okay? There's no other problems to contend with?
No. So everyone who went into the break fit is still fit.
Iliman and Jai, is he available for selection this weekend?
Yeah, so Illy's been back training with us today as well, so yeah, and it's another good thing.
How is he? What's he been like now he's had this tremendous experience playing for Senegal?
He's good. We had a brief chat with him today about it. Yeah, I think we seem more excited about it than him. He's just focused on us now. He's back in that. I think it was, obviously we know how big it is, how big his first cap was huge, but then to go and play and feature in a World Cup is, yeah. How many people say that they've had the chance to do that, you know, regardless what level they play at and what level they get to as a club player, to go and play for your country in a World Cup, it's unreal. So, yeah, it's probably not sunk in yet to him, but I'm sure it will.
And is he the kind of lad that will take it and almost humbly, if you like, or is he kind of someone that will shout about it?
No, he'll be humble about it because it's almost, I think Iliman looks forward rather than back. He still wants to improve. He wants to play at as a higher level as he can, and he knows he's got to work hard to do that. So he has to come in on Tuesday. I think they only flew out. We're flying away on the Monday, and he has to come in on the Tuesday. But we said no, just come in on Thursday. So he was trying to get back to us.
Football's football, though. Have the lads given him some stick?
No, just me, I think. Like I said it. From my point of view, it couldn't have been any better. England were 2-0 up, and Iliman was off at half time and fit and well and ready for us.
James McAtee's just been sat where you were sat, and I don't know if you've spoken to everybody or many and others about just a bit of individual word to the wise about just what you want for them in the next part of the season. Is that something you've done with just, say, him or with the majority of the squad?
The whole group as a group. And then individuals, it's ongoing that. I won't say we've used this natural break. I think we're constantly doing that. I think the reason Mac has had quite a bit of attention from me is he's been one of the ones fit. It's given us a block and a lot of days on the spin where no matter what sessions we're doing, we can really tailor it so he gets the most out of it, because he's been one that's training every day as well. So he's had a lot of attention in that respect, and then the other boys who are training have. And then as these other lads are coming back, as there were, obviously Jaden and Lowy's been involved a lot now, Sander, Tommy more so this week. So yeah, it's good. Listen, the training ground looks totally different now with those bodies back on the pitch. You know, the size of the group, quality of the group. We've kept some of the young boys who are doing really well with us as well, because they need to experience what that's like when we're training well and the standards are high.
So what have been the principal things you've looked to work on then during this break? With the fit players, and then when the players have come back?
Everything. So our principles in possession, about when we're patient, and then at what point, what triggers we use to try and change tempo when we attack. And then flip that, so us out of possession, you know, going through us and what type of team we are and how we've performed without the ball and the markers that we use, and then practicing that again. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good. We've been able to work on it in the training ground with in-house games. We had a couple of games arranged with Rotherham, so we've been able to do a fair bit, which we didn't get any chance to do before.
Have you enjoyed this World Cup where you can?
What? In
every sense, yeah.
I've enjoyed the World Cup, the football. I think, you know, my take on it's been, I don't think it's been as positive, and teams have been on the front foot as much as previous tournaments. So tactically it's been a lot more cagey and waiting for opportunities, less shots on goal, that type of thing as an observer. Can't tell you why that is. So that's one of my big takes from it. But then from the point of view as working here, no, I've not enjoyed it, because I enjoy the games. So yeah, we've had 4 weeks without a game, and sometimes it feels like you're babysitting, you know, so I have to try and get other ways so I enjoy coming into work and we're getting something out of it.
Have Sheffield United in any way used the World Cup experience for scouting, to seeing who might be out there? Because look, players play in all sorts of different leagues that cost all sorts of money, don't they? And see if there's anybody that you might sort of need to keep tabs on, or want to keep tabs on rather.
So
to sign them.
Have we used this
Yeah.
this 4 weeks downtime, if you like, to do a bit more in the recruitment?
Yeah, that sort of thing. But look, even scouting players who play for whoever at the World Cup.
Oh yeah, it's natural, but that was going to be my answer. Nothing's changed in terms of that. No, it's always ongoing, regardless if there's games or not. You know, it's certain people's jobs to be doing that all the time. And I haven't spent any more attention, you know, watching targets, than I normally would. No, my focus has been a bit more about us and being able to work with the players, whether that's players on the cusp of coming back and tailoring their rehab a little bit, or the ones who we've had training fully and making sure they get as much attention as possible so that they can maximise what we've got left in the season.
Because, finally, we'll come on to Huddersfield in a sec, but because Illiman's obviously played for Senegal and had some successful moments, hasn't he? Individual ones in the games that he's played. Does Sheffield United need to accelerate contract talks with him now?
Yeah, nothing's changed with that. If you don't want to sign it, you don't sign it, does it? You know, so he knows we want him. Everyone's made it clear. But that's up to his agent to come to the table and then start talking.
Are you a million kind of miles away in that respect?
There's been no conversations. There's been no. So everyone, we want him to stay. He's happy, he knows it, but his people, his representatives have got other things they want to do, as you can imagine, which you get, so they're wanting to explore that and see what. But he's our player, so we're relaxed about it. But yeah, ideally, I'd love him to sign here long term, because there's no secret. If a big bid comes in, no matter what I say and how much I don't want to lose him, the club will sell him.
Yeah.
So it's irrelevant if he's under contract or not, really. If the money's there big enough, I'm sure that they'd sell him.
Huddersfield then is first game back. What are you expecting from them?
Tough game, like in terms of how compact they play. and mid-block just over halfway line, really try and deny us space. So we're going to have to be really patient. From that shape, to sometimes jump and press and be really aggressive, which we're prepared for. And then likewise, even if we're playing well, they'll look to break when we get them really pinned in and they are deep. So there's not been many goals in their game since Mark's gone in there. You know, they're a real threat on set plays. 9 of the 10 goals since he's gone in have been, you know, set plays. But that was the same last year. They were one of the best teams at set plays. So that sort of pattern, we're going to have to be very patient, understand what they do well in terms of trying to stop us. They're going to deny us and try and stop us playing how we want to play. But that's what most teams do. So they just do it in their own way. Like so, we know they're going to be probably mid-block over the halfway line, really compact. So it's those type of things we've been preparing for.
Is it good for everyone sort of associated with Sheffield United that you're obviously supporters as well as players and coaches, etc., you come back, it's a local derby?
Yeah, listen, we try and, even last year, I think, we try and build every game up so there's not an edge to it, but the big games, we want every game to feel big. Whether it's a derby or not now, I think teams have, and how it's refereed, it's not as blood and thunder as they were derbies. They're just not. So I think sort of tactics and team setups always determine how frantic a game might be. You know, if they came and went full press and right against us and it was a ding dong, then you might say, well, it's a proper derby game. But if they come and it's mid-block and we try and slow us down, it's not going to play the same, is it? So they're just sort of derbies in name rather than in personality how the game is, I think, now. So yeah, in that respect to us it's irrelevant. We just try and build every game up so that we can be as good as possible and as front-footed and aggressive as we can be in each game.